So in this Christmas time, will we get it right? Will my wish come true? Will my wish come true? Under these Christmas lights, will the stars align? Will my wish come true? Will my wish come true?
Hello again and welcome to episode 48 of Main Street Martin and the first part of our winter 2024 trip to the Christmas markets in the Austrian city of Salzburg. Don't forget that you can still check out all of the previous episodes right here, featuring theme parks, cruises, city breaks and much more in the United States, Mexico, Europe and beyond. And if you enjoy any of them, please make sure you click on the like button, ring that notification bell to be informed of any future videos, and if you possibly can, please subscribe. So welcome to the fourth largest city in Austria, beautiful Salzburg. In this series we're going to explore the city where Mozart was born, The Sound of Music was filmed, and where thousands of tourists come all year round to visit the numerous museums, shops and restaurants. Here, the narrow lanes and broad squares of this Baroque city have taken their deserved place on the UNESCO World Heritage List. The internationally acclaimed Salzburg Festival, the magnificent panoramas and Christmas time attractions make Salzburg a picture postcard destination all year round. And in this series, we're going to be exploring all that and more, including a fabulous Christmas Mozart concert and dinner in the stunning Salzburg Fortress. Now, we booked this break with lastminute.com, flying from Stansted to Salzburg with Ryanair and staying here at the Dorint City Hotel. It's ideally placed for 25 to 30 minutes transfer from the airport, and it's just 15 minutes walk from the old town and even closer to the Mirabell Palace. It's perfect for a few days spent exploring the historical sights and scenery of this beautiful Austrian city. And the hotel spa offers a peaceful retreat, complete with sauna and infrared cabins. There's an on-site restaurant too, serving a blend of modern and traditional cuisine alongside regional specialities. Free Wi-Fi and breakfast are also available, and you can also enjoy a drink in the atrium bar. All rooms, as you can see, feature a flat-screen television, a small fridge and a bathroom with hairdryer. Our stay here at the Dorint City Hotel was on a bed and breakfast basis. The choice of food at breakfast time was excellent, as was the quality, and if you stay here, it's something we'd certainly recommend. Also, in terms of recommendation, I want to mention the Salzburg card. It's available in both a physical card and a digital format. The benefits include one-time free admission to all of the city tourist attractions and museums, free travel on the public transportation network except S-Railways and the S-Bahn. There are attractive discounts on cultural events and concerts, as well as additional discounts at many excursion destinations. In some cases, the express entrance means that you don't have to stand in line at the ticket window. Now, the card is available for 24, 48 or 72 hours, and we chose the 72-hour version. Make sure you check out the prices on the website though, because they do differ in the summer. But when we went at the end of November, the prices were €28 for 24 hours, €36 for 48 hours, and €41 for 72 hours, which I think is a bargain. However, as a caveat, I would say check out the opening times of the various attractions, because some of them are not open throughout the winter months. As we were here for a week, we spent the first couple of days just exploring Salzburg without doing any specific museums or attractions. One of the largest UNESCO World Heritage Sites by area, the Salzburg Old Town contains many of the city's main sites. It's packed with historical buildings, medieval and Baroque architecture, beautifully designed squares and quaint little side streets.
One thing's for sure, at every Christmas market there is certainly plenty to choose from when you want to eat or drink.
At the heart of the old town is Mozart Platz. It's a peaceful square dominated by an ornate bronze statue of the composer, which was unveiled in the presence of his sons back in the 1800s. There are also several museums and attractions on the square, including the Salzburg Museum, the Trakl House and the Salzburg Christmas Museum. Just off the square there are also two more adjoining squares that are worth exploring as well, the Resident Platz and the Dom Platz.
Sunday morning at Mirabell Platz and another Christmas market.
Salzburg is packed with historic buildings and gardens, but the Mirabell Palace is perhaps the most outstanding and one of the finest palaces in Austria. It was built in 1606 and has a magnificent marble hall which is a venue for palace concerts.
These are the gardens at the Mirabell Palace, and these are the famous steps from The Sound of Music where Maria and the Von Trapp children sing Do Re Mi. The Mirabell Gardens look absolutely stunning in the middle of winter, so you can only imagine what they would look like in the summer. The beautiful gardens give you a great view of Salzburg Cathedral and has a symmetrical design with emphasis on mythology. Don't miss the Pegasus Fountain and lots of other fountains, hedges and themed gardens. And of course here are the famous steps from the movie The Sound of Music with Julie Andrews. This is where Maria and the Von Trapp children sing Do Re Mi, looking out over the gardens. And through the mist at the bottom of the Mirabell Gardens you can just about make out the fortress where we're going tomorrow night for the Mozart concert. No snow yet, but as you can see, the pond in the middle of the gardens is frozen over. There are several bridges that cross the river into the old town, And this is a footbridge just a few hundred yards away from the Mirabell Palace. After you cross the river, one of the ways you can get into the old town is through here, which is like an advent market adjoining the Sternbrow restaurant and bar. And then out the other side are the streets of the old town. The old town is one of the largest UNESCO World Heritage Sites by area. It contains many of the city's main sites and is packed with historical buildings, medieval and Baroque architecture, beautifully designed with squares and quaint little side streets.
This is another of our favourite places, the St. Peter Stiftsschulenarium. There's an indoor Baroque hall where you can enjoy all sorts of food, entertainment, Mozart dinners and so on, but we enjoyed just wandering in for a glass of mulled wine. It's a fabulous setting with the caves cut into the side of the mountain, and it's really near to both the cathedral, St. Peter's, and also the catacombs and the funicular up to the fortress. St. Peter's Abbey was built over old Christian remains in 696 by St. Rupert and has stood in some form ever since. This Benedictine monastery is the oldest in the German-speaking era and also holds the oldest library in Austria. The architecture has changed over the years and now has a combination of Romanesque and Renaissance styles. It's a beautifully decorated and ornate religious building which has catacombs that are open to the public and a lovely cemetery which we're walking through now. The long gallery includes many large paintings and there's also an extensive library with over 100,000 volumes. If you're interested in historical buildings, St. Peter's Abbey is an interesting place to visit whilst in the Old Town, and we'll be going there later this week. And through this gate at the end of the cemetery path on the right hand side is the entrance and ticket office to the funicular railway which takes you up to the fortress.
At the heart of the old town is Mozartplatz. It's a peaceful square normally, dominated by an ornate bronze statue of the composer, which was unveiled in the presence of his sons in the 1800s. For Christmas though, it has an ice rink. And I'm not going to get too close because it's playing commercial music and we might get a copyright strike for that. There are also several museums and attractions on the square, including this, the Salzburg Museum, the Trackle House, and the Salzburg Christmas Museum. Just off the square there are also two adjoining squares that are well worth exploring, the Residenzplatz and the Domplatz. And of course it wouldn't be a Christmas market without a good old mug of Glühwein, mulled wine. So on the other side of the river, where we're staying, on the opposite side to the old town, hidden amongst the shops on the main walkway down to the river, is an archway that leads you through here and up to the castle, not the fortress, but the castle on this side of the river.
There's a whole network of paths that you can take if you want to go for a walk up into the mountain on this side of the river, and at the various vantage points along the way, the views across the river to the old town and the fortress are absolutely stunning.
So we're just on our way heading to the fortress, walking through the old town, and we found yet another passage. There are so many passages and narrow streets and tunnels in Salzburg. And just look at this beautiful Christmas shop. And then every so often you'll walk through a tunnel or a gateway, and a square like this opens out in front of you. Up there is the fortress where we're going. We're going to explore for a couple of hours, we're going to have dinner, and then we're going to a Mozart concert this evening. So it's worth knowing, if you book the dinner and the concert in the fortress, you can get free transportation on the funicular railway, which you can see there just to the right of the ball here lit up, but you can only use that after 5 o'clock. So you go up after 5 o'clock on the funicular, you have dinner at 6, and then the concert is at 8 o'clock.
This is the Festungsbahn. It's Austria's oldest funicular, still in operation, and it's been carrying visitors up to the fortress since 1892. Until 1959 it was powered by water from the Alm Canal, while today's funicular runs on electricity. In less than a minute the carriage carries 55 people up to the fortress high above Salzburg city.
It's not as steep as it does when we
One of the highlights for us whilst in Salzburg was the visit to this amazing fortress overlooking the city for a seasonal Mozart concert. As you saw, we made our way up to the top on the funicular railway, and once we got there we explored the 900-year-old fortress and admired the amazing views before enjoying that 3-course dinner. Now, we do come back to the fortress during the daytime later in the week, and we get a better opportunity then to see everything it has to offer. But the striking white exterior of the fortress dominates the city wherever you are, and once you're inside there are so many courtyards and walls to look down on the city of Salzburg from. There are also many rooms and wings to explore containing artifacts and traditional decor. There's a large aerophone organ in the powder room, while the Golden Hall contains numerous marble pillars, and the chapel is beautifully decorated as well. It's clear to see why the fortress is one of the most popular attractions in Salzburg, and again, later in the week we'll return here and see it during the daytime. So we dined in the exclusive Panorama restaurant, which overlooks the old city itself. The classic dinner menu includes mini bread rolls with 2 different spreads, consommé of beef with semolina dumplings, filled turkey roulade supreme with truffle mashed potatoes and fruit sauce, and a Mozart dessert. Then we sat back to enjoy the concert of some of Mozart's most beloved work, as well as other masterpieces by the famous classical composer, interpreted by internationally renowned soloists. And to end the evening, we enjoyed Mozart's city at night as we travelled back down on the funicular railway and across the river to our hotel. Well, I hope you're going to find this mini-series helpful. In the next episodes, we'll have much more from the fortress. we'll visit Mozart's birthplace, Mozart's house, Salzburg Cathedral, St. Peter's Abbey, and we'll also go by train to the small town of Oberndorf, where the Christmas carol Silent Night was first written and performed. In the meantime, take a look at the other videos on the channel featuring Caribbean and Mediterranean cruises, plus our visits to eco parks and theme parks in Mexico, the United States and Europe. And you'll also find city breaks in the UK and Europe, as well as short breaks providing top tips, hints and ideas. If you enjoy any of the videos here, you can really help the channel by clicking on the like button and ringing that notification bell. And if you possibly can, please subscribe and join me, Martin Ballard, next time for episode 49 of Main Street Martin.
So in this Christmas time